189 years out of 248 equals about 76.5% of the time that America has existed. As this country has existed, people of African descent by law were restricted from participating in it. We're not seen as citizens. And I know some of you might look at Beyonce and Jay-Z and think that black people made it, but they do not represent the masses of black people who have suffered under oppression and terrorism for 76.5% of the time that we have existed in these communities. Does that make sense to everybody? Right? Okay. Now let's talk a little bit more about this American history. Black children as alligator bait was used in American popular culture in the 19th and 20th centuries and were present in a wide array of media, including newspaper reports, songs, sheet music, and visual art. This was a thing, black children being used as alligator bait. Has anybody ever seen or heard about this before? Well, now you have. Right? This was the first feature film that was produced in this country, called Birth of a Nation by a man named W.D.W. Griffin. And this film is based upon the Ku Klux Klan being the heroes in this country. And it was screened at the White House. It was screened at the White House. In 1915, the film portrays its black characters, white actors in blackface, as ignorant and sexually aggressive towards white women. The KKK is portrayed as a heroic force necessary to preserve American values, protect white women, and maintain white supremacy. The first movie shown in the White House in the East Room on February 18th, 1915. That is the person that created the film, and one of the women are one of the main actors, the damsel in distress in this film. And it was screened at the White House. So when we're talking about this particular time period, you also see the creation of what is known as Negrophobia, which is a fear of black people. And you also had so-called scientists creating astronomical scales showing the level of intelligence of so-called white people in comparison to black people who were closer to apes. This is a very famous historic photo of a lynching. Has anybody ever heard of Mary Turner before? You want to share a little bit about her?
I just remember hearing of the name.
Uh-huh.
I know my niece, when she was in high school, they had to do like research, and I remember helping her type something up.
Yeah.
But I surely do not remember. I just remember hearing the name.
Yeah, so Mary Turner was a black woman that was lynched. And what was so horrible about what happened to her, her husband was lynched the day before because he was accused of being involved with the murder of some white person. An angry white mob came to her home because she spoke out publicly about it and said that her husband wasn't involved in that. Some people didn't like it. Now, keep in mind, she at the time is 21 years old and she's 8 months pregnant. They pull her from the home. They take her to an area. They doused her entire body with gasoline, lit her on fire, took a knife and cut the baby out of her stomach and stepped on the baby, tied her ankles up and hung her over a bridge and shot her body. You've never heard about this before, huh? I told you it was going to get heavy this morning, but it's important that you know about this American history. Keep in mind, we're talking about incidents that earned people the title of being devils, that earned them the title and reputation of being devils. And you have people who are living through these experiences. Some people still here today. This is a famous book that you can check out called Without Sanctuary that documents lynchings. So keep in mind that lynchings were events advertised in newspapers, announced at churches, like a carnival. Tickets were sold, picnics were planned, food vendors came and peddled their wares, pictures were taken, and bodies were mutilated with parts taken as souvenirs. This is an actual postcard being sent to somebody to notify them about a lynching that's going to take place. This is our country. And this is history that they don't want people to know about. And it's important that our children know about this type of stuff because they need to know just how far-fetched something like this is. Because when you look at a lot of our children, they have a natural sense of innocence that they can't even fathom that somebody would do this to a human being at all. And they need to know that when they see horror films and stuff, a lot of that is based in the truth. People are not just using their imagination. Some of the things we see in films, people literally carried out.